Off the Field with the HBC, presented by Chick-fil-A. Visit our locations on Forest Drive and Two Notch Road. When you tailgate, punt the burger, ask the chicken. And by James W. Smith Real Estate at the beach. Ask about our Gamecock off-season special.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, we talk a little bit about routines today, and we wanted to ask you, what's your routine after a game on Saturday night? Do you watch the late game? Do you have a beer and start taking notes? What's kind of your routine?
Well, the routine after the game, of course, at home here, we do our television show about 30, 45 minutes after the game's over. I usually come up to the office here and see my wife and children and grandkids and the other coaches and their wives and so forth. So we have sort of a staff get together briefly after the games. And then I go do the TV show, and we generally do it down in the locker room, the players' lounge. So that's where that happens. And then after that, come back up here, and if there's a pretty good game on, we'll watch it on TV. I think our last home game we watched Florida and Kentucky finish up their game, and then left after that. So it was, crowd was definitely all cleared out, and then head on home then.
All right, Coach, this week, obviously game day is going to be here, which is huge for recruiting and for the fans and everything. How does it change things for you when game day comes to town? It
doesn't change anything particularly for me. Friday afternoon, I'll go by the Horseshoe on campus and probably talk to Lee Corso and Herb Street and the gang, Chris Fowler and so forth. So I'll do a quick appearance there. But other than that, game day, I like to do the same stuff. And, they ask you to do everything. In fact, the rain delay of our home game here, they wanted me to go on television and talk to the broadcasting people, and I said, no, I'll hang in the locker room with the players. So I don't like to do extra PR stuff that a lot of these coaches love to do. Of course, most of these other coaches don't coach anything, so that's what they do is talk to the media. But I'm still trying to call ball plays and trying to get the team ready to play.
And Coach, grandchildren, how many of them are involved in sports? Do you ever get a chance to watch them play?
Yes, I get a chance to watch Steve's two sons play at Heathwood Hall, and they're on, I think, the 8th or 9th grade team now, 8th grade team, I believe it is. Played them. I saw them play a couple of games last year. This year, I was not able to go to one. One of them's playing offensive center and linebacker, and the other one, I think, is a wide receiver that shuttles in the plays. Every other play, he's out there. So Luke and Gavin, they're playing a little football over there, and Emmeline, I think, is a cheerleader at times. And but that's about it right now. My oldest grandson is up at Winthrop College, and he's sort of an actor. He's good at plays and all that. And my other grandson, that's college age, is out at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. So he's out there on the football team and doing pretty well. He's also the punter and backup quarterback right now.
Switching gears a little bit, can you ever remember a time when so much is being talked about outside of football at the pro level and college level? It just seems like, the game itself hasn't been what people want to talk about lately.
Yeah, it is different that talking about the game, some people would rather do that than maybe watch it and cheer for the team. But our fans are super. I really believe that. They come and scream and yell and support the team every chance they get. I don't listen to talk show radio or those call-in shows or anything like that. I don't see how you can gain anything personally by listening to whatever's out there. And I can assure you, if some fans call in and complain about the way we're playing, they have every right to. They have every right to, and I would be also. Right now, our team is not very good, and we all know that. But we're not quitting on them. We do have some players who really care. The Pharaoh Coopers and the Dylan Thompsons, J.T. Surratt, the Dixon brothers, and we got a lot of guys who really care. So nobody's quitting on them, that's for sure. And our job as coaches is to get those down the line guys that don't appear to be really fired up about football. We got to get them playing the game the way it should be played, or we need to get rid of them, one or the other. So we really challenged our coaches to see if we can get a better effort out of our team starting this week.
Speaking of Gamecocks that really care, I know Connor Shaw's coming back this week, and then you got the CarQuest Bowl we talked about last week, remembering them. You got to love all these people, former players, former Gamecocks coming back to games.
Yeah, it's always neat for your former players to come back and honor some teams that have done well. And we try to tell our players on this team, hopefully someday you'll do enough that they'll come back and recognize you as a Gamecock who really played his heart out for his university, and we've got something to remember you by, some type of championship. So, but on game day, I tell you what, when you have to call the plays, or I like calling the plays because that's what I do. I've always done it. Your mind's not on anything but trying to get the plays in. Oh, gee. So mentally, yeah, I'm ready to relax when the game's over a little bit, and then you gear back up and get ready to do it the next week.
And speaking of that, your little play card, does that change? Do you change that week to week based on the defense you're going to face, or pretty much the same?
Oh, yeah. Every week it's a little bit of a different game plan. Obviously, we have our sort of plays we like to do, and obviously we use one running play about every game the same way. But it can hit anywhere, that little zone read play. Coach Elliott is pretty much a run game coordinator. Steve Jr., GA, and I do the pass game coordinating and so forth. But Steve Jr.'s up top and gives a lot of good suggestions on the pass plays. Coach Elliott gives suggestions on the run plays during the course of the game. Now, I don't go with all of them all the time, obviously, and I shouldn't. Somebody's got to take the blame if it goes bad. So I'll take the blame when it goes bad. Fortunately, this year, the offense has played pretty doggone well and has done pretty well. So we're proud of a lot of things most of the team has done, a lot of the team, and we got to get the rest of the team to catch up to speed so we can become a decent team this year.
Looking forward to Saturday. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, men.
Off the Field with the HBC, presented by Chick-fil-A. Visit our locations on Forest Drive and Two Notch Road. When you tailgate, punt the burger, pass the chicken. And by James W. Smith Real Estate at the beach. Ask about our Gamecock off-season special.